Oh, look at you with your subscription. Thank you so much, Artemis. Gifting out subscriptions like that.
That's
We
what I
are
do, man.
we have been gone for a while, but we are back with Dragonlance. It's been a bit. It's been a hot minute. So we are short. You're going to notice that we're short some people here tonight. It's just one of those weeks. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, you know the type of week that I'm talking about, where people just can't make it. Look at this. Who's that monster? My delay. I'm delayed on your subscriptions, but I appreciate them. And bits. Holy shit! You started a hype train. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
That is a very good question.
I'm not ready for this.
Is long and hard
I
to
don't have an
pronounce.
answer for that.
So
It might be easier to say what isn't wrong.
fair. It might be a shorter list. So a couple things. Number one, we are down a Tobin, and that is going to be permanent. Jim has had some other things come up, and he can't continue playing. So we wish him all the best. And if Jim's schedule frees up at some point, maybe we'll have him back. In the meantime, if you are perhaps a Dragonlance player looking for a game, message me. Either probably Instagram is the best place to message me through, and just say that you'd maybe be interested in taking up the reins on our Tobin character. He is he's a thief because we're playing first edition, and he is a not a halfling but a kender, and I'm not making any guarantees, but I would like, the party doesn't really have a thief without Tobin. Tika has some thief skills. There's that. So, anyway.
I can be sneaky. I could just sneak right into them now.
Totally could. Chris, thank you for the follow. And we're also short. Captain, who plays Rook, is not here with us tonight, and Copper, who plays Grenlead, is going to be late. So it's a bit of a hot mess here, but we're gonna play D&D anyways because it's Sunday night, and I don't not want to play D&D.
It's always a hot mess. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Stop it with the bits.
I know I'm a mess. I don't know which one's hot.
Okay. Well, whatever the case. So, last time, let's quickly recap. So, we are in the elven capital of Qualinost, in the forest of Qualinesti. Let me see if I can get a map up here. There we go. Are you guys on this map? Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah, we're up by Quishu on the map.
Yeah, we're gonna take this down to Qualinost. This is where we're now at, and essentially, you have informed the elves that the true gods, are back. That you have in your number the mighty Grennick, who has the ability to heal, and the elves are quite encouraged by that. However, you were also warned that there is a dark cleric on the Dragon Army side of things, Verminard, who Gilthanas witnessed an execution of many elves in this town square of Solus at the hands of his Verminard's red dragon Ember. So we got good clerics, we got bad clerics. Technically, Grennick is a neutral cleric. Technically. So the plan that was hatched was that Gilthanas knows sort of an elven back door into the fortress of Pax Tharkus. And that Pax Tharkus has the that's where Verminard and the Red Dragon Army are sort of based out of. Qualinost's concern is that way up in the north, Solus. Let me see if we can get a map up here. There we go. So way up in the north, Solus has an army of dragon men, and then also the town. It's not unfortunately on this map, but the town of Haven also has also has a number of militants ready to march south on Qualanos, and then a third front is out of Pax Tharkus in the south. Artemis is going to be broke by the end of the night. We're all going to have to send like
That's the last of them, okay?
she's just throwing them out there, throwing them out. And I don't believe the elven backdoor is a new sexual position. Thanks for sharing, though. Thanks for sharing. That's wonderful. So Gilthanus tried to infiltrate Pax Tharkus before, but he was intercepted by Dragonmen forces, if you remember, and then his captives were taken north to Solus, and he went there. So yeah, there's a lot of movement around this map going on, but you guys are currently in Qualanos. The party has rested. We are going to make sure, let's make sure all of our characters are at full hit points, please.
Am I going to get that kite shield that Steve needs?
Yes, the elves bring you a shield. The elves bring you a shield. And the elves brought Tika some armor. And I have way too many characters in this campaign. And Kira,
Yeah, you do.
Kira agreed that Lorana could come along.
I mean, I didn't not tell her she couldn't come along.
Well, you and Lorana hook up that night, and
Yeah, we do.
promises are always made during those times, that whether you want them or not. Yeah. I'll do anything. Sure you will. Anyway, so
Are we back with the elven backdoor?
this is the elven backdoor. We're about to explain all of it. So the party wakes in the morning, well rested, well fed for the first time in some time, and we're going to say that dear Tobin is missing. So, not wanting
that
to...
comes as a shock to nobody.
Nobody. Kender are known for having something called Wanderlust, and they will, However, Rook, fearing that his little buddy has once again run off into trouble, we're going to say that Rook tells you guys he will meet you at Pax Tharkus. Gilthanus gives him general sort of directions to where the entrance to this Lemoria is, and Rook goes out to try and track down poor, lost Tobin. Okay? Any other question? Lorana shows up. She's in her armor. She has a sword. She has a shield. Tika is got... Steve has shown Tika how to put armor on, and Tika has her armor and frying pan instead of a sword. She has a very heavy skillet that she wields like a blunt weapon, and a shield. She insisted. She does not use a sword. Gilthanus is with the party as well. And the group gets ready to set out unless someone has something they would like to add. Go.
I would like to go speak to my father.
Oh, actually, I was going to have him come speak to you, so that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
So you go to find your father before leaving. Lorana asks if you'd like her to come.
No, that's okay.
You're sure?
Thought that already happened.
Sure. No, just stay here. It's fine.
Sometimes people try the DM's patience. Okay, so you go to your father's home. I hesitate on calling it your home. I don't know how you want to play Kira, how Kira feels about Qualanost any longer. But
no, it's not. It's not her home. It's where she grew up, maybe, but it's not home.
Okay, and he's actually sort of on his way out the door to come and speak to you before leaving. So he stops at the bottom of the steps and he smiles when he sees you. He does look happy that you're, to see you again. It's been years.
Yeah, it's been. How long has it been now? Like 30 years?
You and your friends went looking for the last 5 years for Proof of the Gods, And then,
But I thought it was before that. I can't
yeah, you tell me
remember.
how long ago you left Qualnos. Anything works, so I'll leave that totally in your court.
How old is Steve again?
Steve, how old are you?
I believe he's 19.
Still 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually 18, so
We'll
Oh
just
my
say
god,
20
Worm
years.
is older than Steve.
Is Worm older than Steve?
Explains a lot.
Does explain
They're
a lot. It
19.
does explain a lot. It really does. So,
Not that much older, but older.
your father gives you a quick smile, and you immediately tell that he's happy to see you. But then he gets sort of, I don't want to say stern, but maybe a little more, elvish in the control of his emotions.
Uh-huh. A look I'm very familiar with.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. But, as you can see him on the street, like, maybe the household next door, they're packing their bags and getting ready to move, right? So, he's trying to be stoic, but like the world around him is changing, and maybe he doesn't quite fit in anymore.
Elves don't usually do well with change.
No. So he doesn't hug you, he doesn't embrace you or anything, just that smile, and then says, "It's good to see you again."
You as well. I figured I should come by, considering this might be the last time we see each other.
The big one that you travel with. That's your
Steve.
That's your half brother.
He is.
If I didn't know better, he'd have maybe a little bit of elven blood in him. It's very comely. Awkwardly large, though.
Yep, some of the humans, they make them big.
Yes, indeed. And as you say that, like, you maybe stand a couple inches taller than your father.
Yeah.
He says, I understand you're traveling to Pax Tharkus with the prince?
And the princess, it sounds like.
With that, he, goes... there's a change in his face. Maybe not anger, maybe some concern. Princess Lorana intends to travel with you?
She's an adult, she can make her own choices.
Is that relationship still a thing after all these years?
I would say so. It's because I left doesn't mean the feelings went away.
Kira, that she's a princess. She's going to lead our people if we survive this terrible destruction.
I'm aware.
That kind of a relationship with a princess and someone such as
Someone
yourself.
like me.
Yes, you understand then.
I understand what you think of that.
He paces a little bit, holds his hand to his chin, sort of looks up at the morning sun, and says, and if this mission should fail, I would hate to think that you could somehow be held responsible for the prince and the princess.
If this mission fails, I will be dead and I don't care.
I care.
Well, I'll try not to sully your reputation any more than I already do.
He pauses for a moment and he says, I didn't necessarily mean it like that.
You meant it when I was growing up. Why change now? Look, this isn't why I came here. I came here to say goodbye. You may never have been proud to have me as a daughter, but I've always been proud to have you as a father, regardless of our relationship, and I just wanted to say goodbye.
I suppose we won't see each other again.
Maybe, if we don't fail doing this. Do me a favor. People around here listen to you. Make them stay and fight. If people run, we'll all lose, and the dragons will follow. Make them stay. If I'm gonna die doing this, at least make it worth it.
If you fail in Pax Tharkus, I don't know that...
Again, if we fail in Pax Tharkus, I'll be dead and I won't care what you do. But until then, stay.
I don't think we can stand if you were to fail.
If we fail, then go. But until then, stay. Wait for help from Darkenwood. It will come. I'm confident in that.
He sighs, and you can tell that he's really sort of torn. Yeah, you almost think like he's searching for the right words to say to you, and it's not that he can't say them. He is unable to formulate them.
I understand. Kira just kind of... It's all right. I'm not looking for anything out of this. Just make them stay. Do what you can to make them stay.
I will talk to the speaker, but I think his mind may already be made up.
Well, if I've learned nothing else, is that minds can be changed. More easily than hearts, it would seem.
He says, I was coming to give this to you. And he reaches into a side pouch, and he pulls out a chain. Really simple, but elegant at the same time. And at the end, there is there's a symbol of the family, Lanthir. We didn't talk in pregame in sort of session 0 what that would be, but whatever you think a suitable symbol of the family would be. There's a charm at the end. Take this, and know that although I failed you, my thoughts go with you. I truly hope that your mission's successful, and that perhaps we could see one another again.
Of course.
It's very cold, though.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't detect any sort of insincerity. It's
just no different than when she was growing up. So
yeah, he's just not... He's sort of an emotional void. But gives you the charm all the same. And just for a moment, as he sort of puts that in his hand, his fingers sort of touch your hand, and he just hesitates for a moment.
Kira hugs him, regardless of whether he wants it or not, and then turns to go.
Okay. As you do that, at first there's like a stiffness and a rigidness to him, and sort of like, what's happening? And then he does put his arms around you, and says, that brother of yours is very big. Stay close to him.
I'll do my best. Steve is a good man.
And with that, he lets you leave. There's nothing more spoke. Whether you look back or not, you can feel that he watches you until you're out of sight from his sort of the front of his home.
Yeah, I don't think she looks back because I think if she looked back, she'd cry. So she just keeps going.
Okay. So you get back with the group. Benedict's, I'm assuming, getting everyone ready to move out in true military fashion.
Absolutely. I don't have Rook here to keep him in line, so.
Yes, and Lorana arrives, and as you're like giving out like sort of the orders and what we're up to, and we're gonna get to, like, she is incredibly enthusiastic, and almost and a far better squire perhaps than your your current one. So Lorana's there. Tika gets her armor on. Gilthanas arrives, and the group heads out towards Pax Tharkus and this place that Gilthanas refers to as the Slamori.
Excuse me. How many pounds of food have I brought with me for me and my dwarven eating buddy?
All of them.
I would say that, like, well, how much would you and your dwarven eating buddy like to take? All? Like, are we talking more than a week?
I think about 50 pounds of some dried meat and dried fruits would be good.
How much livestock do they have in town?
They don't have. They don't have meat. They have. No, they don't have. They don't have meat. They're vegetarians. They have cheese. Yes. Cheese, nuts.
How many wheels of cheese?
These nuts.
Dwarf. How many nuts and cheese? I still think 50 pounds of assorted food should do us.
Okay.
Each?
Well, I'll carry 50 pounds. Because that shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Grenick, are you loading this beast of burden?
Yeah, I'm going to stick my stuff on his pack, though.
Yeah. Because Steve does not seem affected by the weight at all.
Yeah, Steve also knows that food is a really good way to get people to help or make their lives better if they're making a run for it. So he's bringing extra food for himself and anybody else who might need it, of course.
So as the group of you leave, a number of the elves of Kolonost have come to see you off. Most like noted amongst them are some of the nobles, and as well as Gilthanas and Lorana's older brother. But you also notice that Lorana has. Are you okay? Did you fall down? Lorana has covered her sort of face and head with a wrap, wanting to go as unnoticed as possible. And it's not like the streets are packed, but there are people coming to watch you, as well as, if you remember the widows that came and spoke with you, a number of widowed elves watch you pass as well. It's not long though before you're on your way, and Gilthanas believes if you march hard, you will you'll make it to the Slamori by nightfall.
Might as well.
So, for the most part, dawn is just sort of beginning to color the sky as Gilthanas leads you through the aspen wood of Qualinesti. The trail descends gradually to the south as you come off of that plateau that the city is up on. And soon the whisper of a rushing stream rises from nearby as the path begins to follow a clear brook. The route grows steeper and steeper, and the water deepens and roars as it tumbles towards the sea with increasing force. The aspens of Qualinesti blend with the tall pines of the lowlands, and by the time the sun is high, there are no signs of the silvery trees of the plateau. Dark and looming, the evergreens crowd the trail, making the bright sunny day seem closed and dusky. The stream still roars, but the sound has become threatening, like some unspeakable thing in tireless pursuit of you. Suddenly, the pine trees spread to reveal a small clearing ahead. The grass has been churned into mud by a furious combat, and the bodies of both men and hobgoblins lie grotesquely in the places where death claimed them. And Copper's here. We have another fighter. So, hello.
I'm sorry for my lateness. We are improvising.
Nope, that's fine. We have just left.
Dare you?
Qualinost. How dare you? How dare you? We've just left Qualinost, and you have left sort of the border of the Elven lands. You're starting to make your way up into the mountains and the foothills of Pax Tharkus, and you come across this scene of battle along the side. This sort of it's a small river, but it's not like it's coming out of the hills, so it's crashing over rocks and things like that. But up ahead, you can see hobgoblins and men sort of scattered everywhere.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, there was maybe 3 dozen aside. So there's a lot of bodies. And they haven't been dead long. Like, there's a few maybe crows and things like that picking away at the corpses. But like the flies, the bugs, yeah, the bodies haven't been picked at that much.
Can we figure out, based on the tracks, which way the survivors went? If there were any?
Kira could probably do that if you'd like her to. I just need you to make a track check.
37.
37. I'm going to just move us to where we are. We're somewhere in around here. Pardon me, over here. Let's do that. Shift there. And we can change this up a bit. Sorry, what was the tracking check?
37.
37? Okay. So it looks like the survivors went further south. The battle was here, and then they traveled south from here. So towards Pax Tharkus, and they look like the clawed feet of the Draconians and the booted feet of hobgoblins.
So the bad guy.
You assume the bad guys. As you guys are searching around and Kira is checking for tracks, a groan sounds from the center of this carnage, and a battered human warrior rises from a pile of hobgoblins. His eyes appear glazed and unfocused as he turns his head about. Finally looking at all of you entering this sort of clearing, he struggles to his feet, but gives up with another groan and drops to his knees. Suddenly a look of surprise crosses his face, and he points to the pine forest that you came from and cries, "Dragons." The effort proves too much, though, and he then topples back onto the ground.
Dead?
No, you don't think he's dead.
He said more than one dragon.
Okay, well, with that, we're going to jump onto a different... We're going to jump onto a different map.
Relatively important.
Let me just move this about here. We got Grenlead, and Kira's doing tracks. I'm going to put her here. Steve is here with us. Rook and Tobin are absent. Grenlead's there. Grinnick is here. I'm going to switch your guys' maps over in a second. Give me one moment.
Is it too late to go back to Qualinost and leave with all the refugees?
You can totally do that. Worm, I'm showing you at 3 hit points. If you want to bump yourself to max.
Oh, I don't think the sheet is connected to my character sheet.
Oh, is
or
it
the
not?
picture.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because I'm at 15.
You're good? Okay, as long as you're good.
Yeah. Or maybe it just needs to refresh because my token is showing 15.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Maybe it's a you problem.
I think it's a me problem. I think it is a me problem. Okay, we got Guiltiness.
Oh, that was so Valley girl.
I know.
We got
Very
Lorana.
mean girl right
Get in, bitches. We're going shopping.
And we got Tika.
The walls of the mall are totally, totally tall.
Okay, so I'm going to move you over to this map. Can we all see that?
there. Mostly, yep.
That's a nice map you got there. I see the...
Is it not working?
I'm just making sure this is the right map.
With
Yeah.
Like,
There's like a stream?
Yeah.
On the far side.
Okay.
Yep. This guy here is the... I'm going to put a dot on him with the red dot. That's the guy that sort of stood up and hollered at you and then fell down into the pile of dead hobgoblins.
Kind of in a hole.
You're moving up sort of... You're moving south through almost like the waters have carved a bit of a crevasse.
Hey,
A crevice.
So there's a crevice before the elven back door?
Thank you. Thank you. You beat me by a few seconds there.
Sorry.
We're following the crevice
you're
to
not.
the open back door.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry. So what you see? Let me just make sure. I might not have got the lighting right on this. Dynamic lighting, daylight mode, perfect. So you see 6 Baz Draconians coming up the same trail that you did from the north, but you also see 6 Baz Draconians high on a cliff on the other side of the river. Okay, and with that, we're going to roll initiative to see who goes first.
Steve, throw me up the cliff.
And you guys will be reacting first. So let's start. Who's at the back here? Grinnick, what?
Even Steve could do that.
Grinnick, what would you like to do?
oh, is that the front? I would not be in the front.
No, this is the back. This is the back. But
Back here?
the guys are coming from behind you. That's right.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
Are we all pretty much together right now?
Yes, you are.
except
All right.
Except for Kira.
How far does Chat go? I've been trying to figure it out, but it's kind of a little bit weird how they wrote it.
That's okay. How far does what go?
Chant?
Chant? Okay, let me check for you. It'll probably be in inches. And yeah,
3 inches.
1 inch basically. 1 inch. So it's a 3-inch radius, so a 30-foot radius.
So that would get everybody.
Yeah. So as long as you're chanting and they stay within 30 feet of you, they would gain the benefits of your chant spell.
I want to do that.
Okay. Cool. Kick ass. Okay. So let's do. So I'm gonna put a radius on you of 30 feet so we can all see. So if people want to try to stay within that, 30 feet. Yellow, safe setting. Can we see that, or do I need to turn that on?
You need to turn it on, I think.
How about now?
There it
There you
is.
go.
Okay. So as long as you're within that sphere of chanting, you get a +1. +1 while those of the cleric's enemies are at -1. So you get +1 on attack, damage, and saving throws. And anyone against the party is at -1 to attack, -1 to damage, and -1 to saving throws. Okay?
And then I'm going to move to right here and finish my turn.
Cool. Okay. Let's have Worm go next.
I'll stay with you.
So Grinnick moves, you move with him. Doing anything
Yep.
else?
Is there any way for you to deal with the... Can anybody help us with the ones across the river? Like my sister with her mighty bow?
I'm pretty sure they're going to wing down here.
Not if they're dead.
That's true.
I'm
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the range.
Okay, so that's okay.
So I'm 60 feet from these guys on the map.
Yes.
And my range for magic missile is that.
So 6 inches plus 1 inch per level. So that's 60 feet plus 10 feet per level.
Okay. I'm going to magic missile the guy right in the middle.
Yep. And
2 charges.
2 charges. So you get to roll 2d4 plus 2. This is your wand you're using?
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent.
My attention's on the Draconians in the distance, so I don't see any of this happen.
I'm purposely standing behind you.
That's what I figured.
Right for
this guy here, Affy?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
So your magic missiles strike him, and he turns to stone as he dies from your magic missile spell. Well done. So now we're going with who's next? Grennick. No, Grendelide.
Good job, Grennick, killing that one. Awesome. Good. Yep.
Favored by the gods.
Yeah. I think I'm going to pull out my crossbow and shoot at one of these guys over here.
Okay.
Range, right? Oh, I can't click on them.
You're well within range of your crossbow.
Yeah.
When it asks you for a modifier, make sure you just put the number 1 in for +1 to hit, and the number 1 in on damage modifier for damage, because you are within the chant.
Okay, I'm going for the guy. I can't seem to click him right now, so I'm going for the guy on the right at the front of the cliff.
Got him.
I think.
That guy there?
Yep. I want that guy.
Okay.
3 and a +1 to hit.
+1 to hit, +1 to damage with your crossbow. Yep. Because of your brother's chant.
Yay, brother.
13. And your Thaku is 15, and their armor class is 4, so you needed a 11, so that is a hit. 4 points of damage, nicely done. It doesn't kill him, but it definitely makes him keel over a bit. Okay. Moving back through our night. I'm gonna have the NPCs go last, just so you know. So, Benedict, what would you like to do?
I am going to go move up to here, and I am going to parry.
Okay, nice. And,
Larry,
yep.
did our elven comrades bring bows with them?
Yes.
Perfect.
Steve, it is your turn.
Hey, elves, you guys get the ones over there. I got all these with the knife.
They nod at you.
And I get up here and yell, "Come on, you scaly bastards! Come on!"
And do you ready in action?
I ready in action to Steve on the next one. That one that gets within Steving range.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you.
Can I leave it as a vague Steve verb, or do you need more detail?
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
All right, thank you.
Kira, you're our last player character. What's Kira doing?
I'm gonna shoot at this guy over here.
Fire at will.
Which one's
one
will?
will?
Remember that you get the +1 modifier. The plus. Don't put the plus in though. It screws up the macro. So you just put 1 and 1 in for 1 for hit, 1 for damage.
Fire at will. Just keep firing, assholes.
3 is not going to do it. Wow.
Nope.
Wow. How about your second arrow there?
Wow, that was really tragic.
Wow.
What the hell?
What the hell indeed. So those arrows fly true, but not to their mark. Not to their mark. Lorana looks very excited, fumbles with her bow. Maybe not, maybe not the greatest of, but she's going to shoot at the same one Kira shot at. There we go. 13. 13 is probably going to be a hit, I think. Thaco 17 minus 4, 13. That's what she needed. So this guy is struck with an arrow. Not enough to kill him, though. And she will fire again. A 9 does not hit. Gilthanus. Gilthanus fires his longbow. Same thing. Nope. Yes. So this other guy turns to stone and crumbles. Tika does not have a ranged weapon. So she comes and joins the line with you two. Frying pan and shield in hand. Ready to go. Ready to go.
Yeah, that's a girl. Kick the ass with us.
I think that's everybody. Did I miss anyone? I don't think I missed anyone. Okay, so
Open.
Here comes the Draconians, and
It's about to get thieved.
Steve. What? How do we Steve them?
Which one got there first?
I will say that this guy got there first.
Okay, then what? Can I move with my attack? So I only get 30 to here. I'm not sure how it works in this system.
Yeah, you would have used your movement up, so you just have your attack ready to go.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go with the clothesline.
Okay.
Steve is gonna clothesline this one into the rest of them, so they all fall over.
All right. Give me a Steve attack.
I will press the Steve shit button.
I don't think we ever get a Steve sword attack.
I did.
We did
once.
the first session.
Yeah, I did once, and I did well. The second time, I fucking missed everything. So this has been far more effective for Steve.
Fair enough.
So we're get a +1. Don't put the plus; it fucks things up.
Yeah, don't put the plus. Just 1 and 1.
1 and 1. How's that?
There we go. The Steve does shit is pretty damn good. As you slam this guy into the others, he turns to stone, and goes down. And these.
I want it noted that Steve killed somebody with a clothesline.
Yeah, I don't know. You broke the poor thing's neck. These two guys with the red dots, they're prone. Tika's gonna take a swing at the prone one. With her frying pan.
Hey,
Would that be a Tika does shit button?
The Tika, I don't have a Tika does shit button. Oh, poor Tika. No, does not hit. So she swings, and maybe she was ready for it to be standing up, and you clothesline the guy, and they all crash down like some sort of Three Stooge effect. And yeah, she misses. This group up here, they do run to the edge of the cliff and just jump. And spread their draconian wings, and they begin to... You don't think they're capable of flight, but they can glide.
They can also die.
Yes, they can. And this is where they reach. As they glide down towards you. That is... these Draconians, I am going to let them attack. They're going to attack from prone, though. And I'm going to say one attacks Benedict and one attacks Steve, because you guys look far more intimidating to them than poor Tika Whalen on her first adventure.
We're scarier than the person who missed the prone guy with the fire pan?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So on Steve... We're doing this. Now they get -1 for the chant, and another -2 for prone. -1 to damage if they do hit. That does not hit Steve, and the other one swings for Benedict. Boy, that chant gets you using the modifiers. Okay. Well, that's it, everybody. That's turn 1. And now we're going to roll...
I don't know what he's chanting, but it's fucking glorious.
It's glorious. It's glorious. It's like a dwarven hymn. There's a lot of I imagine a lot of throat vibrations. Jeff, you know what? I can't fucking say anything. I can't say anything in this goddamn game. Okay.
Vibrations in the crevasse.
The band High Lung, that's what you're hearing.
Yes, exactly. Okay. You know what? Since everybody else is assholes to me, Grinnick can go first.
Sorry, I was coughing.
Right?
Oh, I was
I'm
laughing.
just gonna move up here.
Yes, you do whatever you want.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And you just hold your ground there?
I do, yep.
Can you do anything while you're chanting, technically? I don't know. Welcome to first edition clerics, everyone.
They're awesome.
An attack would, yeah. It talks about attacking it, or if I get grabbed.
Yeah, you
So I
chant.
kind of just got to.
You chant for one turn, which is 10 rounds, and it continues as long as the cleric continues to chant the mystical syllables and is stationary.
Oh, okay, then I won't move.
An interruption, however, such as an attack which succeeds and causes damage, grappling the chanter, or a magical silence will break the spell. Yeah, so you're just sitting there belting it out.
Yeah.
It's helping.
Excellent. Grenlead, would you like to go next? It's all you.
I will. Oh, me. Yay, that's my favorite. I think I'm gonna hold close to our. I think I'm gonna go like over here. Sort of more. No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna move in and take a swipe at this guy with my broadsword. I regret this already. I haven't even rolled yet, and I am regretting this move already.
The first guy has landed. With the chant, you're going to be at +1 modifier to hit and +1 modifier to damage.
Okay. Let me see if I can get.
And I think this is our two attack round, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, a 10.
Yeah, well, you know what? You have, you need an 11. Look at that. Did you add your chant modifier? Oh, you did add the chant modifier in. Okay, well, I think you get a second attack with your broadsword, because I think you are specialized with the broadsword.
Yep. I'm double specialized.
Oh my gosh. Swing again.
Here we go. 9. Getting better.
What the hell? Oh my gosh.
Right?
Well, those were both good attacks. Neither one of them hit, unfortunately. Steve?
Yes.
Yes. Time to Steve.
So the one is on the ground in front of me?
2 are on the ground in front of you, technically.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, like, that one there is on the ground.
Yes.
Perfect. What's my vertical jump?
I don't know. Like, high.
Okay, so I'm going to convert all my movement.
I'm not saying you're a Michael Jordan, but you're decent.
I'm going to convert all my movement into a jump, and I'm going to come down hard on the one in front of me while smashing this one here with my sword.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Well, I want an attack for the one on the ground to see if he rolls the hell out of the way. So a Steve shit on the ground.
All right. Here is.
Everybody jump all over that one, and then a sword attack on the upright one.
Oh,
nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Steve shit rolled a 1.
Yeah, I guess he missed.
He rolls out of the way. Maybe you even twist an ankle.
That's up to you.
No.
How mean do you want to be?
I don't want to be that mean. Keep firing, assholes.
I'm gonna asshole. I'm going to attempt the longsword strike.
Here it comes. For any who have not seen this before,
This is number 3 in the entire campaign.
Steve can swing a sword. Oh, and crushes. That guy's dead. So I need you to
And I have to roll.
roll a d20. You need to get under your dex, or your sword is stuck in the thing, which only makes your Steve shit that much better.
Yeah, he's just devastated by that. I gotta check what my dex is. 15 there. Okay. Get out of here.
You're okay. You're okay. Look at you. Look at you. Okay, so we're on to
And of course it's the come on! I will turn all of you into gravel. Let's go.
Benedict. Benedict, lead the way. It's skullet time.
As my mustaches and skullet blow in the wind, I take a look at the ones in the air. How high off the ground are the ones in the air?
How high off the ground do you need them to do something?
I just need them to be in range of
Sure.
melee attack.
Sure.
Well, I'm going to 2-step this way.
Yep.
With my glorious hair blowing in the wind. And I'm going to take a swing at this guy, and then take a second swing at this guy.
All right, roll that.
And the modifier of 1.
We'll do the ground guy first. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Oh, you crush him. Give me a dex check to see if you pull your sword out.
Yeah.
You're good.
So then we get the guy in the air. I'm
gonna try he hasn't even landed yet. He's flying down at you with sword. Ah!
I hope he lands as cement.
He does. He is going to land as cement. Roll for your sword again. A dex check, please.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah.
2 draconians bite the dust. Grenlead went.
I blow the dust. I blow the rock dust out of my mustaches and strike a devastating pose.
Worm.
I'm gonna go up here to the river's edge and kind of like calculate where Benedict is and how they're not looking at me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna angle myself and burning hands.
Burning hands. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I need to make some spell saving throws, is what you're telling me.
There is no save.
There's no save. Never mind.
You take 1 hit point of damage for each level of experience of the spellcaster, and there is no saving throw.
Oh. I forgot all about that. Okay, so 4 or 5? 5 damage.
Level 6.
You're level 6? Holy cow. Look out. Okay, I don't know how the knight misses that. But a massive blast of flame comes out. And then maybe
Wizard gonna wizard shit.
And then maybe Gilthinus will step in the way like he did it. Just because I
Well,
think
that even all the new people are in on this.
Just as we'll keep that joke going. Kira, what are you up to?
Am I on candid camera?
Am I on candid
a lot
camera?
of dust in your mustache. That takes some effort.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I like that. I like that. There was so much rock and dust from them turning to stone. He's just blinded for an instant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this guy here.
All right. You're like, enough of these shenanigans. I'm shooting this guy.
Oh, I'm here for the shenanigans.
And I'm gonna back up with the rest of them.
I like that.
I think that's Steve's middle name, isn't it? Steve Shenanigan Mercer.
Nice shot. So that kills one, Kira. And it like just turns to rock and falls into the rushing river, and you see it gets swept away as it shatters off the stones. Second shot.
Nothing. Ooh, that one misses, I think.
I think so too. Your Thaco is 16. Yeah, you needed a 12. You're just a bit outside. Okay, but Gilthinus will shoot his bow. How could he cast a spell and shoot a bow?
Magic.
It's mad. Well, he can't hit. That's why he was rushed. The second one hits though for sure. He crashes into the water, and then Lorana, she fires her bow. This chant, I'm telling you, is good. The 22 definitely hits. The 12 does not, though. And it does 4 damage, so... -4. The guy that rolls out from underneath Steve's clod-hopping boot takes an arrow. And then Tika swings her frying pan. And does not hit. Okay, so... that's your guys' turn for initiative. These guys are going to fight back. This guy stands up and stabs at Steve with his short sword.
I don't get an attack.
No, not for him standing up.
Oh, you know, I'm trying.
Okay, okay. This guy beside you also sort of climbs to his feet and takes a swing at Steve. Because he's a little bit of a terrifying foe. A 12, not even close, and...
clang, clang, clang.
They surround Steve. You maybe even see Steve disappear with all the draconians all over him. An 18 might have hit, I think. What's Steve's armor class is 1, and their Thaco is 16, so they needed a 15. So that does hit. Steve takes 3 points of damage. It took 4 of them. One of them get a lucky shot in on Steve. We're going to roll initiative now.
You die first.
The enemies win, so they continue to attack Steve. Sensing they've got the upper hand here. Okay, so the 18s hit. So Steve takes another 9 damage. And that's their turn. Steve, what would you like to do?
Sorry, this is going to be dumb even for Steve. Are you familiar with a tornado?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Arm tornado. I'm going to attempt to hit all 4 of them with 1 move.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask you to put a -4 penalty on that, but +1 for the chance. So overall, you're typing in -3 to attack, but +1 to damage.
You got it. Let's see what happens. Everyone, go Steve.
Go Steve.
No.
Holy crap, I think you hit. Thaco 14. Armor class 4. So you needed a 10, dude. You got a 12.
So what happens?
Well... Do you want to give me a dex check to see if you get stuck in the first one?
I don't want to, but I will.
Okay.
How am I going to get stuck in the first one with a shield?
Well, the shield gets stuck.
That's my attack method.
Just roll the dice, dude. Just roll the dice at this point.
I will roll the dice, so terribly sorry. That's under my dex.
Well, you didn't get stuck. You didn't get stuck. So, yeah. We're going to divide the damage out here. So, these 2 guys eat it. And these 2 guys appear a little wounded. Okay. Sir Benedict.
Round and round, death goes.
Sir Benedict.
Round and round.
I'm going to charge with a skewer attack.
I like it. Make sure you're adding your +1/+1 for the chant.
I got a Thaco of 16. Does that hit? Yeah, it should, right?
Thaco 16 versus armor class 4. You need a 12, my man. So that totally
right.
hits. Make your dex check to see if your weapon gets stuck. Grenlead, it's your turn.
Yeah, we're good.
You got your sword out. You can certainly get to that guy or crossbow him, whatever you want to do.
I think
I think you're due to hit
Go
with your
ahead.
sword.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if I can kind of crouch behind one of my neighbors on the way over to this guy and slip my invisibility cloak on while I'm at it and try to slash at him from behind. Is that permissible?
I think to turn invisible is your action, so you wouldn't be able to attack if you did that.
No, I'll just slash him.
I liked what you were
over.
going for though.
I'll move over and slash at him.
Go for it. Remember to add the 1 modifier to hit and the 1 modifier to damage from your brother's chant. Hookah, hookah.
Oh, I didn't add the damage.
You didn't need to. Look at that. +1.
No.
Okay, so it should be 1 higher on damage. That finishes it. Do you want to roll a d20 and see if your weapon gets stuck?
No, but I will.
Okay. It does not get stuck. All right. So that's the last of the Draconians. They're all, one by one they crumble to dust. Some of them are rolling down the river. We're out of initiative now. What would you like to do?
Go check the vitals on the soldier that warned us.
Okay.
Is it just me? Are these guys getting weaker? This was too easy.
Well, these guys didn't explode, so we're good. There's no acid pools. I'm happy about that.
Now that is a problem. I'm going to give Tika a camaraderie slap on the back and tell her she's awesome.
Yeah, she's upset with you. She's upset with you.
What did I do?
Well, she says, you didn't tell me you were going to knock them down, so I swung high. I tried to take that one's head off, and then you knocked them down, and I missed. And I'm trying to show these people I can hold my own.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plan when I start.
On the way over to check on the soldier, I'm going to thank Gilthanus for his magic-y abilities in assisting our combat.
He big shit-eating grin. He's like, of course, sir. Sir Knight, of course.
I feel like we talked about this, like, on the way down here. Just, like, let Benedict walk up in front of everybody and just had, like, a group huddle. Be like, all right, it's a running joke and Benedict's got no fucking idea.
Grinnick, Lorana comes over to you, and she says, that was incredible. It's like I could feel the touch of the gods through your words.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It's been years since anyone's felt that. And she...
Not what you said last night.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Not even going to go there.
She says... She says... this... If more people could experience that.
Well, once we get rid of the dragon, we can work on that. And I also just popped a heal for Steve just to kind of show off.
Yeah, she watches intently as Steve's wounds close. 3 hit points there, Steve. Kira and Benedict, the two of you reach the man, and he is... he has a really, like, a big fucking goose egg up on his head. And
I pop it.
Ooh. It's not that kind of show.
Oh, sorry.
It's not that kind of show. Why?
No, this is a elven backdoor crack kind of show.
Crevasse.
Dr. Pimple Pop.
Crevasse.
Oh boy. Okay, so he's wearing
Touch of the god.
He's wearing clothes that once looked like they might have been like fine, maybe even nobleman type clothes, but there's been a lot of rough wear and they're tattered somewhat. You can see that he is wearing a suit of chainmail underneath. As you help him up, he has a shield and you can see his sword lying on the ground.
Hand it to him.
Okay. He has straight jet black hair, cut fairly short. He sort of has this ruggedly handsome appearance. He does have a mustache. I'm not going to say it's more impressive than yours, Benedict.
You have to get a shave if you say that.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And, yeah, well, you can maybe zoom in on him a little bit there. How do I do that again? There we go. Like, look at that. It's like Burt Reynolds.
Kid's got nothing on me. Zoom in on the skullet. Come on now.
Zoom in on the skullet.
He looks a lot like a porn actor from the 70s.
Oh, Jesus. He has a faded red cape that hangs from his shoulders, and his chainmail is tarnished.
I think he was actually in Elven Backdoor, Volume 3.
Oh, the Revenge of the Elf?
Humping Hobbits?
Revenge of the Crevasse.
Jesus. Okay. So, he thanks you.
Have your
immensely.
name.
He says his name is Eben Shatterstone. And that he and a group of rebels out of Gateway were pursuing some captives that had been taken to Pax Tharkas. He thinks they're using the mines on the far side of the fortress.
Do you have any idea what for?
I think they're mining iron. I assume the dragon armies intend to use them. Use the iron, rather. Where are you all headed?
Pax Tharkas.
What is your... Oh, are you're mercenaries of the dragon army? I've fallen into their hands again!
Easy now.
I hold up that charm that has my family crest on it. I am daughter of, I'm a child of the Lanthier house.
And he looks around at yourself, Gilthanus, Lorana, and sees the elves. And a knight. Oh.
How dare you call me a mercenary, sir?
My apologies, knight. I have not seen a knight of Solamnia in these lands, well, ever.
You still haven't.
This bump on my head, and he sort of rubs the goose egg. It must be affecting my vision a bit. I apologize. If your intention is to infiltrate the fortress, then, or some sort of rescue mission, maybe. I'd like to lend my assistance if you'll have me.
Do I recognize?
Sorry, go ahead. Somebody talk.
You said he was from Gateway, leading a rebel group, right?
Yeah.
Is his name, because looking like he was wearing fine clothing and stuff, was that a name we would have recognized, having lived in Solus?
No, you don't recognize the name.
This guy could be a plant. We don't know who this guy is. I don't trust him with telling him what our stuff is, where we're going, what we're doing.
Well, and we do know that there was a traitor in Pax Tharkas.
Yeah.
So.
Convenient he's the only survivor planted in all these bodies and woke up just when we walked into the clearing. I mean, I'm a pretty trusting guy, but not today.
Are you saying this in earshot of him, or do you pull back a bit?
No, I'll say it right to his face. I got nothing to hide.
He's like, I promise you, I'm not those things that you...
That's exactly what a traitor would say.
I suppose so. Name what I must do to prove myself to you, sir. Sir, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
That's right. What do you think we should make him do, guys?
I'm going to walk over, and I'm going
What's
to
your
take his
plan?
sword.
Sorry, you're going to walk over what?
And take his sword.
Okay. It's on the ground. He hasn't picked it up yet, so...
I'm going to take his sword, stuff it in my backpack, I'm going to grab his shield and I'm going to pull that off him too.
Okay. He's like, would you like my dagger as well?
That's not the danger for me.
No, I don't assume it would be.
Without those two things, you're almost not a danger for any one of us. So I think you should lead, and we will follow you. And you can have your weapons back after we trust you.
Okay. He begins walking sort of eastward, up over like the ridge towards where the road to Pax Tharkus is, and Gilthanus sort of motions up the riverway. Oh, this way.
I'd kind of like to sort of sidle up to Steve and Benedict and sort of quietly and discreetly say something like, "Hey, I totally get what you're doing here, but I'd like to remind you that they said dragons, plural dragons. We need all the blades we can get on our side."
I agree, but we need to make sure the blades are on our side before they're in our side. That's all I'm looking out for at this point.
I agree. Just make sure you don't push him too far until you know you have a good reason.
100%.
Tika's like,
I wasn't pushing him anywhere.
Tika's in there too. She's like, I agree with Grenlead.
Yeah.
Steve.
Okay. On a player note, why the hell is Steve in charge? This was a bad idea. I don't know what is wrong with you people.
We're scared of you.
It happened in my Friday game too. It happens.
Sometimes it just happens.
I do not want Steve to be in charge. It's a bad idea.
Just deal with it.
A princess and an elf. Oh. Okay.
So you said that he was a little weird about going on the road or like going along the river.
Well, he obviously doesn't know about the Slamori because he doesn't. When you're like, well, lead on then. He doesn't try to lead you up the river towards where Gilthanus was leading you. He tries to lead you back sort of towards the road that leads to Pax Tharkus.
Okay. Yeah, our plan isn't to kick in the front door. As much as I would like to turn my brother loose, our plan is to go around. Unless you have a problem with that.
You must... Is there a secret way into the fortress?
Perhaps.
Not a secret if we tell you.
Lorena goes, she's like, my brother knows the way. And he's like, oh, the elf. Yes, of course. Okay.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. Not at all. Any I'm going to say it here. Any blow we can give to the enemy, I want to be a part of that.
Does this guy seem legit? Like what he's saying is ringing true, or I know there's no sense motive really in this edition, but
no. But I mean, like I can tell you, Gateway was sacked. The carts actually, like Steve and Tika and Tobin, they were rolled right through Gateway. So Gateway was sacked, and Gilthanus was attacked in this area, him and his men previously.
That's true. I wonder if Gilthanus recognizes him. He would have said something though.
Yeah, these weren't elves; these were humans that were hit. So, Gateway's a human city.
Well, if he can't lead us, I'm just going to make sure he's one
surrounded.
Step and pardon me.
Surrounded.
Well,
as long as he's one step between me and the I'm going to put him on the river side, and I'm going to be one Steve motion away from putting him in it at all times, if I can.
I think we could give him his sword and shield as long as we keep him in the middle of the group and keep our eyes on him. Because if we do need an extra blade, it might be too late to get it out of your bag and give it to him. I think before he can do any major damage, he can be neutralized.
Yeah.
And I think we can. I think we can count. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I think we can count on the fact that when faced with a dragon, he'll fight. As long as we can keep him under control until we get there, he'll fight when the time comes.
And if he doesn't, he's already got a goose egg. We got a target to just give him a little bonk and take him out of the fight.
He'll fight or die like the rest of us.
Tika spins her frying pan in her hand, kind of like a cowboy might spin their 6-shooter. She's like, just leave him near Steve and I. We'll take care of him if he gets out of line.
I like her.
I know you do.
So are we leaving? We give Eben his weapons and shield?
I don't like the way you said that.
Okay, so
well, a minute ago it was like he gets nothing.
At least the shield.
The knight thinks so, and the other fighter thinks we got him, and so I'll give it back because that's too much thinking. My brain's starting to hurt.
Okay. So the sun.
But I will warn him that he is always able to take a bath at a moment's notice.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna loom over him and.
Yeah, he does appear to be. He appears to be like sufficiently intimidated by Steve's mass.
You should carry him, Steve.
So the sun has almost disappeared in the west, and the imposing fortress of Pax Tharkis is nearer still. The tops of its 2 high towers rival the mountain peaks for control of the sky, and between the towers you can see a massive wall that closes off all passage through the mountain gap. A single gate 30 feet tall and 20 feet wide seems to be the only entrance. Suddenly the massive gate swings open. Even before it finishes moving, column after column of armed troop marches out. Rising clouds of dust soon obscure their exact numbers, but surely several thousands pass from the fortress onto the plains. The road they follow leads towards Qualinesti. The Dragon Lord's power, says Gilthanas grimly. The time has come. The elven warrior points to a narrow vale leading into the mountains just east of Pax Tharkis. Here lies the approach of the Slamori. We must move carefully. This valley is sometimes not a safe place.
I really wish that the other two were with us. We could really use Sneaky and an extra bow at this point.
Yeah, you may even look back in the direction of Qualinest, hoping that Rook's just going to suddenly, come out of the trees with Tobin in tow. But nothing, no one arrives. Gilthanas says, I gave Rook good directions. I'm sure he'll be able to find us. So a narrow trail climbs steeply into the wooded valley, splashing with impartial cheer. A clear brook emerges from the cut in the mountains, as Gilthanas leads the party higher and higher. Soon the elf leaves the path and begins to pick his way through the underbrush, made especially dense with falling night. Gilthanas leads the way along the base of a tall granite cliff for several hundred feet, halting at a slight niche in the wall. He takes a small glowing gem from beneath his tunic and holds it forward with his right hand. Making a set of motions in the air, he chants an ancient series of incantations. Suddenly and silently, a tremendous stone moves to the side.
That's cool.
So we're gonna.
I start clapping. I'm really impressed with this magic-y stuff. I really like this guy.
This magic-y stuff. So we're gonna get everybody on the map here. Give me one moment. Uno momento. Some people won't be able to see, but I can add the light, etc. We need a Steve here.
Everybody needs a Steve.
We could all use a Steve. And then we got Eben. And we have Laura.
On that note, I think Steve's going to have his bow out in an arrow notch, just for caution's sake.
Okay.
Things are coming in from on the wing, and
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to move you across to our new map, everybody. So, brace yourself here. These maps are unfortunately a tad on the large side, and you may experience lag as they load on your computer. I apologize for that. Here we are up here. And, yeah, Light, who would like to be a torchbearer?
I'll take one.
Worm volunteers. Emit light.
steak no
I'd-
swab.
I'd like to slide to where the new guy can't see me and slip into my invisibility cloak and sort of come up near the
Okay.
front in case I'm needed there.
I'm going to give you the ninja mask so that we know that you're wearing a you're invisible. And Worm has a light. Worm, here's the tunnel here.
Oh, it's a tunnel.
Yeah. So where the rock has slid away, there is a narrow tunnel. And so if you can imagine, you're this massive granite cliff, and if you climb to the top of this cliff, you would be looking like sort of at the fortress of Pax Tharkus, which is basically these two sort of square towers that narrow as they rise, and then there's this massive wall between the two. It's very kind of Lord of the Rings, actually, with the gates opening and the army coming out. Yeah, for sure.
I think we should get new guy to carry a torch. What do you guys think? Eben, whatever his name is.
Yep, he'll carry a torch if you'd like.
Perfect.
Maybe McNoob.
Anything for you, Sir Knight. Whatever I can do to prove my worth to you.
And if we're in a narrow crack, Steve is going to use a much more handheld weapon.
Okay.
You need
Like
handheld weapons for the cracks.
Who's going first? For the love of God.
I'll go first, I guess, if you
Well,
guys are okay with that.
I'm
You or me, big
invisible.
Oh, you're invisible. That's right.
I'm invisible. I think I should go near your torchbearer. Yeah, I'd like to scout out the passage. I'm wondering if someone else can have a torch handy in case he decides not to cooperate and put his out.
Yeah, Worm's got one going as well. Do we want a third one going?
Well, do we want to have one ready, but let him be the only one so he takes the first weapon if somebody sees him?
Can I light my lantern and just hang it off my belt?
No.
No?
I can light it up real fast if we need to.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I'd like to very quietly scout ahead and see what I can see.
Sounds like a plan. Go ahead and move yourself ahead.
If I can come up to here. I don't notice anything.
Nope.
Okay.
It's very quiet down here.
Oh, this is creepy.
You're up ahead. You can see that there is this is an intersection. So a crossroad offers a choice of directions about 120 feet into the mountain. The corridor continues straight ahead at, well, they have not drawn this map properly, but the corridor continues straight ahead, which is this way, or there is a branch in the tunnel.
I think I'm going to go straight for now because I don't want to get lost.
So more significantly, the dust on the floor of the tunnel now shows the passage of many feet. The marks extend in both of the passageways, continuing into the mountain. Only the corridor leading... so Gilthanus tells you that he believes the corridor to the gate is to the south. So you're sneaking into a secret gate beneath the... And he thinks it's this way.
I'll do that.
But he's not sure.
Can I take a look at the tracks that are on the floor and
Yeah.
see if I can tell what they are?
Sure. You want to make a tracking check?
Here. 65.
65?
Mm-hmm.
They look like boot marks.
Okay. I would point that out to the others.
Yeah. So Gilthanus heads in and sort of catches up and says he thinks the way is to... Pardon me. He thinks the way is to the south. I'm getting my directions mixed up. That's this way. It's the
Okay.
other way, Grenlead. Steve, he thinks he's never been in here. He's only had stories told to him. Steve, as you are about to enter, like, Tika is hesitant, and she goes. She looks at you and kind of says, like, this is gonna all work out, right?
Oh yeah. So far, everything has worked magnificent. We only died one time, and now we're back, and we're good. We got the gods on our side.
Lorana, as the three of you are the last three, Lorana says to Tika, exactly, we have the gods on our side. Like, nothing can go wrong.
Well, I didn't say that. I said it will all work out. Some things will go wrong. And that's when you Steve all over them.
So the party starts to move into the tunnel, following the light. Grinnick, Eben sticks with you, and he says, "Hey, what is that?" And he points at your holy symbol.
That I don't have all the answers for yet, lad. I won't know until after we banish these dragons.
So is it like some sort of superstition or something? You some sort of... Are you maybe one of those seekers from up north?
Similar, lad. Similar.
Oh, okay. He smiles at you, not really sure what to make of you.
Come on, let's continue.
Okay, so Grenly, do you continue down this tunnel? It continues to wind and twist. And then up ahead you can see that the cavern opens into some kind of chamber. A very large chamber, in fact. An eerie, gigantic hall has fallen into decay. Many tall columns rise to a lofty ceiling. Others have fallen over and litter the center of the room, like the felled Valenwood trees of Solus. From behind rubble, you can hear the faint sounds of chittering and scratching. A huge granite throne sits against the left wall. So if you move down just a bit more. A huge granite throne sits against the left wall, flanked by two large statues. The stone guardians are warriors, 3 times the height of a man, each armed with a broad granite sword. Dwarfed by these images, the decayed remains of a man sits atop the throne. gaunt, empty sockets, and bared teeth stare from an ancient skull. A worn but regal cloak covers his body, and a sheathed sword lies atop his lap.
I'm gonna check it out. Is it a better sword than my sword?
You want to go have a look?
Do I want it? Oh, look.
Okay, hold on a second here. Everybody else can move up the tunnel if they so choose.
I can't see anything past here.
I can't
Oh,
even
there we
see
go.
my character anymore.
Wait.
Is that because the blade source left you?
Wait for the torchbearer. They'll get to you.
Well, I'm supposed to be at the rear regardless, so I gotta wait.
Let me just grab the NPCs and everything, and we'll
I know my position.
we'll move them along. Mind the line.
And you see it now, Plush? Oh, I got dragged.
I can just like see a line of a little bit of the tunnel.
Everybody disappeared, and I'm still in the tunnel. There we go.
Hold on.
What's happening?
You got one torch, and I'm it.
Is Evan's torch not working?
I don't even know what Evan is.
No, Evan's torch is working too. Okay, so go ahead and move your guys along if you'd like, and I can move Evan along with you so that you're.
Yeah. You go first. I'll follow you all in. I will stay close to Tika. Put a reassuring mitt on her shoulder from time to time if she needs it.
Okay.
I am bringing up the rear for sure. I am up the rear in this crack.
There you go. So, what you see is this sitting on the throne.
Maybe don't touch that. Just saying.
Yeah.
So.
But Steve.
When Gilthanus sees this, he sort of lets out a gasp and says, "I think those are the remains of Kith Cannon." And if you remember his story in the mountains, Kith Cannon is the elven king that led the elves from the east here to Qualinesti.
Why would he be here, though?
Well, the Slamoris in the stories, I mean, they talk of royal burial chambers, but I didn't think he himself would be here.
This is clearly not a burial chamber. It's an odd place to leave him.
So those of you that can see the rubble on the far side, you can hear you see there's a few mice dart across the rubble there, as the torchlight comes into the room.
Behind the columns on the right.
Yeah.
Does that appear to be a wall, or is there unknown more chamber that way?
Just a sec. Over here, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a wall, and a lot of it is rubbled.
Okay. I'm gonna go invisibly, just sort of snoop the edges of the. Oh, I'm going to move all the wrong things. The edges of the room.
Okay.
And see what I can see.
Sure. So you start to take a look around, and there is, the whole wall down this side of the tunnel, which is the north side of the tunnel, is rubble and collapsed in on itself, and many of the pillars lie shattered on the ground.
And it's rubble. Like, does there appear to be a passage on the other side of it, or is it like just floor-to-ceiling rubble?
No, floor-to-ceiling rubble. Like the whole thing has collapsed and caved in. There is a set of double doors here at the end of the hall, and they're made of... It looks like they may be made of bronze.
And they're closed, I assume.
They're not. They are slightly ajar.
And do I see or hear anything down the hallway? Are there more boot marks?
There's no boot marks here at all. The doors are slightly ajar, and there appears to be a relief drawing of Pax Tharkus drawn on them, etched onto them.
Do I recognize anything? Is it... I think I need to go back and tell my group what I've seen so far before I go further.
So as you're about to do that, you hear something from the passageway beyond the doors. Something...
Is the king
here? Something sort of grinding or shuffling or scuffing from beyond those doors. Sorry, yes, so this is the king sitting right here in the center on the throne, and he has two massive towering guards standing to his left and his right.
I'm not going to touch him, but I want to take a closer look at the armor and sword and cloak and stuff, just out of curiosity.
Okay. His armor and sword have not withstood the ages. They have begun to rot, decay, tarnish. But the sword, you know, he has his hands on it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like even in his skeletal form, he looks like he's death gripped onto it, like he's not letting go.
It's obviously a fine weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can you light my shield?
I'm looking.
I cast Detect Magic.
Yes, the sword is magical.
Anything else?
No, nothing else. Nothing else, with the exception of your friends' magic swords and such. Lorana and Gilthanus are both sort of standing in front. Lorana and Gilthanus, their last name is Cannon. The royal family's last name is Cannon. So they're direct descendants of Kith Cannon. Lorana is like mouth agape, lost for words, and Gilthanus is just admiring the chamber, the statues, the remains, everything.
So I believe the common vernacular for what Steve is about to do is called yoink.
Okay.
Steve, be careful.
That's a very pretty sword, and nobody has directly told him not to touch it. So it is now in his sword hand.
Okay.
So much for being careful.
Like the 18-year-old impulsive moron that he is.
Okay, so this is all going to happen sort of at the same time. Steve reaches for the sword, and Grenlead is on her way back, invisible, but still on her way back to tell you what she's found. When not all of you can necessarily hear it, but but there's a massive boom as the doors in the darkness to the east are blown open. Grenlead, you spot a massive slug-like creature that pushes its way through the doors. It's got like these snail-like antennae with some sort of eye-like stalks twisting and turning in the darkness. Steve, you grab the sword, and the skeletal arms don't like they're grasping it pretty firmly. Are you going to give it a good hard yank?
Have you met Steve?
I'll say yes.
I think he does everything that way.
Okay. So let's have you make an open door check. Yeah, that's okay.
Open doors.
I think there's even an open door button. Yeah. So, with a clatter and a crash as the body tumbles off the throne and its armor and helmet and everything, and you sort of get the sword, but there's the skeletal hand is still around the sheath. We are going to roll initiative as this massive slug pushes its way into the room, but I think it's time for our break, so we're going to pause there. We're going to go have our break, and then we will come back and see what happens with, old guys' swords and slugs and dungeons. When we get back.
Okie dokie. She is invisible right now, so it's all good.
Okay, there we go. We're back. So let's roll initiative. More just to get an order of things. So initiative, and it's a tie. So I'm gonna roll again. What are the odds of that? The enemies go first. Okay. So big, ugly, sluggy one. So there we go. It just rolls right past the invisible dwarf. And then it like spits. This massive slug comes into view out of the shadowy reaches of the room, and it spits at the closest target, which is unfortunately our dear friend Worm. Hawk 2.
I'm invisible.
You are not.
No, I'm not.
Well, it only hits its first spit. The rules say it only hits on a 10% chance. I rolled a 14. So a big loogie goes over your shoulder. Ooh, and as it hits the ground, you can hear like a bit of a sizzle and melting of the rock.
Oh,
that's not good.
That's not good.
Okay, so now
Like Matrix out of the way.
Worm, you're the closest. So what would you like to do? Come
get behind me, boy.
Come
get
behind me, boy.
No, because I think that nope. Everything is awful.
Everything
is awesome. You got it wrong.
Yeah, I think you got that wrong.
Wait.
Everything is better when you're part of a team. Something like that.
And
are you literally hiding behind Grennick?
Yeah.
Dwarven shield. The best shields. Dwarven shields.
Is Worm, by the way.
No, hey, we left the new guy alone at the back of the room. That's not good.
First, what do I want to do? Fuck. You're looking at the throne, so burning hands.
Well, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the new guy. He's at the back of the room.
Okay, so how far? Your burning hands, is that 15 feet? Does it say how?
It's 30, if I'm reading this correctly.
3 inches?
Yeah.
30 feet.
In a horizontal arc of about 120 degrees in front of the magic user.
Nice. So I think you have to get a little closer.
I was closer.
Oh no, you're within range. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll do that and then run away.
All right, so you
Bravely.
let out a gout of flame at this massive slug creature with a lamprey-like mouth. And it does 6 damage.
Yeah. I think this torch is possessed as I'm like running away.
So the whole back of the room lights up from the possessed torch. That suddenly just
I am gonna
flares.
leave the torch. Can I leave the torch and have it still be lit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like here. Like just kind of like wedged in.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can get the torch to work. Stand by. Give me a moment here. And then if I turn your torch off, let's see what happens. Did I do that right? I think I did.
I saw some shadow change.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm still the light source. Maybe? Or maybe I'm not.
Oh, the room's still lit up, so yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is the room still lit up?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you see anything right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking to Skullet Man.
Yeah, I can see. Looks like the light is like based off of the torch.
Can you see the torch I put on the ground?
I can see the torch, and the edge of the edge of the shadow is here.
Good enough. All right, so there we go. And next closest would be Kira.
I'm gonna shoot that.
I'm going to shoot it.
Sure.
With my pointy arrows. All right. Yeah, that's a hit. 3 damage. Clink. Second shot. That does not hit. Lorana, actually Grinnick, you're next closest PC. What would you like to do?
Gonna chant.
You're gonna chant again?
Yeah.
He's found his new favorite spell, everybody. I'm just saying. Okay, hold on. Let's get that.
It's either that or I have to heal like a lot.
Well, you got weapons, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm afraid now that I'm a little cleric.
Okay, here we go. See this. There we go. Save setting. So there's the chant circle. Now let's go to Steve. Can Steve has a sword.
Has a fancy new to him sword. I'm going to turn. I'm going to turn in the night and go, race ya! And I'm going to run to here.
Run away.
And then I'm actually going to try this new sword of his.
Okay.
Oh. Use my longsword, because I'm proficient in swords?
Yes. This sword wields like a longsword.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So don't put any new numbers in.
Nope.
Just press buttons.
Just
press go.
swing your longsword. It's good. Hey, man, it's good. 18 damage. That's pretty damn good.
Do you feel anything extra or scary or from this sword? Glowing or
no.
take your clothes off or something weird like that?
Is that what you're hoping for?
I was not, but I've played with you, so it could have happened.
Oh my. Okay.
You play with him.
Shut up.
Oh, I think I just took
We've all got a pass, big boy.
I think I took the damage off of Steve. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So Steve, your blade this new blade cuts down through the slug and like all kinds of goo and blood gush out on the floor. Benedict.
I order Evan to attack, and can I delay my turn until after he goes? And if he doesn't go, I'm attacking him.
You order Evan to attack?
Yes.
Okay, and then you wait.
I don't want to find us.
Okay. So he charges down, but he does use the pillar as cover. But he does have his sword out. But he can't make it there.
Okay.
Now,
he's at least not behind the group now.
No. Does that qualify? Are you content with that?
I'm
Okay.
content with that because he's not behind.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I can move 60, right?
You can, sir.
So I'm going to get behind it. Because that's... Apparently that's 50 feet to there from where I was.
Do it.
And I'm going to give it a whack. I just wish I had a hammer.
You are not in the chant thing, though, so...
Yeah. And I had a bad swing, so...
Yeah. Hold on. What's your Thaco? Your Thaco is 16? Yeah, that does... I'm sorry, that does not hit.
All right.
Grenlead, it's your turn. This massive slug pushed its way out of the doors and right past your invisible dwarfiness.
And then spat acid at Worm.
It then hawked a loogie at Worm.
Gross. I'm gonna do a quick check of the tunnel to see if anything else seems to be behind him.
No.
And then
the doors are wide open now. It's knocked through them, and you don't see anything else like that coming.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna lunge at him and slash at him with my big sword.
Sounds like a plan. Roll to hit.
I'm not in the ring, so I don't have a modifier.
No, you're not in the chant circle. That does not hit, but it does turn you visible again. Okay, Gilthinus will also run up with his sword. I'm going to have him smart enough to stay here, though. Gilthinus swings his sword. Longsword. And that's a hit for 4 damage. 5, because I didn't put the chant in there. There we go. And then Lorana will... she looks at Kira. Kira's shooting her bow, so she shoots her bow, too. Because they're besties.
I think we're more than that.
They're bow friends. Is that a thing?
Is that what we're calling friends with benefits now? Bow friends?
Bow friends?
I mean, we'd be lesbian friends if you're my grandparents.
Okay.
Lesbian friends. I like it.
I'm in. So the one arrow hit, the other one did not. So there we go. And then Tika's like yelling at Steve to wait for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She gets there.
We've got to keep up.
All right. So I think that's everybody on your guys' side now. So did you guys lose initiative? I think you lost initiative, right? Yes. No, you didn't.
Yep.
Oh yes, you did.
Yeah, this
yes,
last time around we did.
Yep. So we're back to initiative right now. The slug goes first. So the slug has 4 to choose from up close. Do you know what I noticed? The dice are not rolling for me. My magic dice. That is you, Sir Knight.
Bring it.
So it turns around and bites you with its big nasty mouth.
Threaten me with a good time.
A 10 doesn't hit, right?
Unless it's got a really, really low Thaco.
Nope. Well, it has a pretty low Thaco, which
-1 is my armor class.
So its Thaco is 9, so it would need a 10. It rolled a 10. 8 points of damage, Sir Knight.
All right.
And then it's going to spit at somebody. 6, and there's 6 people that aren't in melee, so... 1, 2, Grinnick. Hawks a loogie at you, my man. It has a 50% chance to hit you with this. I rolled a 98. So you are totally missed. It hits that pillar beside you, just coats the pillar down, and this horrible sticky ichor mucus starts sizzling away on the pillar. That does its turn. So let's do our melee people first. So Steve, Benedict, and Grenlead, if you guys all want to make your attack rolls, we can speed things up here a bit.
This is the double attack round, right?
This is the double attack round, yes.
Crit.
Holy cow, dude. Crit. So 18 becomes a 36. Nicely done.
And then 9's the first one.
17. Yeah, I got the 9 there too. And Steve, you're using this new sword, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So I've got a 17 should hit.
Yep. Grenlead, that hit. Steve, that also hits. Grenlead, your last attack. All right. Our friends.
That's a lot of damage.
Our friends at the front just chop suey up this slug until there's just bits and pieces of it lying all over the floor, and it stops moving, and everything goes quiet again. Well done, everyone.
I like this one. I hit every time. Must be magic.
This could be what changes the Steve shit button to the Steve sword button. Is that what I'm hearing?
We cut some steaks off of this worm. Go with all the vegetables we brought from the Elven city.
Brought cheese.
And cheese.
I'm going to make an input here for you, Steve, called the Slamori sword.
The Slam Hori sword.
I was waiting for like an elven backdoor joke for that too.
That's the scabbard.
I'm being good.
Put the sword back in the back door, Steve. We don't want anybody to get poked by accident.
Speaking of back doors, guys, do you think I should go check out this tunnel? Or we could just close the doors.
Thank you for that segue.
I pick up my torch.
Just trying to help.
From these yahoos. The chant stops, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking if there's stuff like this down here, maybe we should stick together a little closer. But yeah, I think we should definitely check out the tunnel.
Can Steve have a minute?
Sure.
Because I'm going to take my sword scabbard off my belt and put the whole thing in my back. And put this new one on my belt.
Okay. And
I have never missed.
Is Worm picking their torch back up?
Yep.
Okay. Get that lighting changed around. There we go.
I'll put my cloak on again and scout ahead, but not quite as far.
Okay, so you're going to turn invisible.
Is there any way someone could tie a torch to the front of my shield?
No.
Okay, that apparently is a dumb idea from Steve.
That is a no. You do not get a torch tied to your shield. Okay, Grenlead, off you go. Do your thing. So the corridor widens, and the air in this room is stale and musty. Loose boulders and stones litter the floor, but apparently a wide path runs down the center of the corridor. This path is free of any speck of dust. This is a snail trail. Oh boy.
You knew what was going to happen. I could tell by your tone of your voice.
I knew it was going to happen. I absolutely knew. The whole end of the chamber has caved in, probably due to the cataclysm. So whatever used to be this way is no longer this way. And it's not like a little bit of debris. Massive rocks and stone have collapsed here.
And I look around and up. Do I see anything that might hint at a way through?
Not here, no. There are snail trails everywhere. The slug,
What is,
the slug has obviously been dining on the rats and mice that are living here.
I'll go back and tell the group what I saw, I guess.
Okay.
If I can move.
I invite you to move. So, Eben apologizes to you, Benedict. He's like, I was going to attack. I mean, you and your friends are very efficient warriors, though, and
No, I appreciate the effort. That's all we need to see, is you in front of us.
I'm going to sneak up behind him and I'm going to yell, "Do better!" in his ear.
do better. He totally flinches at that. So Grenly tells you that there's nothing down the eastern tunnel.
Well, Gilly Thanis, now where do we go?
He goes, I guess we go back to that intersection?
If this guy was the king, don't you think there would have been a back door somewhere? Can we look around and see if we can find like a secret passage? Although maybe not, because obviously he died here, so whatever.
Yeah, you feel like he was probably entombed here, but you can certainly look around. Okay.
I'm going to run up and try to slide the throne around.
All right. The throne does not move, Steve, even with your massive hulking mass. Anyone that would like to roll for secret doors, I would need you to roll a d6.
We don't have a secret door person anymore.
I rolled a 1. Is that good?
That is good. You want lower is better, but where are you searching, Benedict? Specific sort of.
I'm searching the walls and the floor and the ceiling and the pillars and the throne and the statues.
Pick one. Pick one, chump. Pick one.
Very generic.
The walls all the way around the room.
Okay. So the group sort of fans out and starts searching walls. Maybe other people are searching pillars, statues.
Does this thing here fall over?
No.
Not even when I apply Steve to it?
Oh, the statue? You want to tip the statue?
I'm trying to move anything that'll move.
Okay. So you caused one of the statues adjacent to Kith Cannon's throne to tip, fall, and crash. You definitely notice that Lorana and Gilthanis are looking at you a little unceremoniously looking at you.
Sorry. I never mean to break things. They just break.
They just break. Gilthanis is like, well, a little respect for maybe.
Can I pick it back up?
Probably not. You can pick the feet back up. I'll say it cracked right across the sort of the top of the boot line of the statue, so you can move that back into place.
Yeah, I'll put the feet back, and then I'll put the skeleton back in the chair in a pile. And
okay.
Put the hat on it.
his head sort of falls off. Yeah. You pick it back up. Yeah. So there's like just.
I pin the head on with like an arm bone or something.
Okay. So Steve
everyone else is looking.
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a hot mess.
But it was done respectfully.
Sure. If that's how you'd like to look at it, I'm with you.
That's the important thing.
I'd also like to know how a guy that can't see that their squire is obviously a magic user rolls a 1 to find secret doors.
Hey, I'm a savant at some things.
At some things. Okay. Well, the party noses around and they don't find anything. This chamber definitely has the feel of being ceremonial and not necessarily like a functional throne room.
What do you say we go back to the last intersection and see what we can see?
Yeah, there were lots of boot marks out there, right?
Sorry? Yeah, there was an intersection and footprints.
Yeah, why don't I invisibly scout ahead again and we'll see what we can see.
Okay,
cool.
Let's put the invisible scout button. Oh, it's already on there. Okay, cool. I'm going to move the NPCs back to that intersection. Feel free to move your own characters back to that intersection.
I think I'm using the right one.
Nope, keep on coming. Keep on trucking.
Am I in the right spot? I think so.
Yes.
Okay, do I see or notice anything down here?
No, you can see another intersection up ahead, though, in the distance.
Okay, well, I'll
sort of at the
move ahead.
very limits of your... Yeah. Go ahead and do that. And right down to here if you want to, Grenly. And you can see that when you reach the intersection, there's more caverns. This would be sort of like the northeast. But to the southeast, you can see that it's opening into another chamber again.
And lots of boot prints in both directions?
Yeah. No, not so much this way. Most of them, all of the boot prints head this way into this chamber.
Okay. I'll obviously communicate that to my friends. Which way do they want me to go first? I'm thinking the less traveled way is more likely, and that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you'd think if they knew about the secret way in, they would have shut it down or at least be patrolling it.
Fair enough.
I agree. The less secret way seems like a good idea.
The less secret way?
Or the less used way.
Less traveled way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Sorry, I can't move here.
I'm going to move Evan ahead a bit so that the light moves that way.
So all clear to this point. What do you guys think?
So again,
let's split the party.
Yeah, again, Grenlead walks down and finds an intersection. Sir Knight.
Yes.
The tunnel break. You were over there. Where'd you go?
I was trying to. You mean over here?
Yeah, you had gone over there. Okay, so right there, I'm just going to give you. The tunnel breaks into the corner of an old hall, obviously constructed with care in some distant age. A wide center aisle stretches to the limits of your sight, and a row of stone doors lines each side. Rats have passed over the dust on the floor throughout the Slamouri, but much less often in here than in most other areas. You also note that none of the tracks approach the doors, which are supported by huge iron hinges, spiked right into the stone. Each door has an iron handle, but apparently no lock. And then to the south, Grenlead, you find a intersection with, it's sort of K-shaped and has a number of different tunnels off of it. And Eben stays with the knight. I think you're muted, Grenlead.
I'm just wondering about the terrain, right? Like we went into a big cliff. Do any go up or down, or is it all relatively?
It's all relatively one level.
Okay. Well, I think I'll again check in with the. Well, you know what? I'll keep exploring.
When you go down this tunnel, you start to get a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach, and this tunnel feels colder than the other ones.
Okay. I'm gonna very cautiously venture forward.
Okay.
While we're going slow here, Steve's gonna try to get a torchlight. I'm tired of bumbling around in the dark.
All right. I will add light to Steve.
And carry it in his sword arm so he can drop it fast.
So everybody just pauses while they wait for Grenlead to return. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Curious about these doors, but I don't want to do anything when we're split up.
I'm gonna move up just a little bit so I'm a little closer if she gets in trouble, and I'm gonna have an arrow notched.
Okay, well, just a second, because that may have happened. So.
I just found someone, but I'm invisible.
Yep. The winding of the narrow tunnel finally ends in a dark chamber, and the air is heavy and cold here. There's a nameless sense of evil that throbs within this. Okay, within these stony walls. A thick layer of dust covers the floor, as if frightened creatures living in the tunnels elsewhere know better than to come here. As you sort of look about in here, you are invisible, but you do notice that you're leaving footprints. And a dark, shadowy form begins to coalesce in the corner. And it's... you're not sure that it can see you, but it can it does seem to, like, sense your presence here. And, you know, it takes on a very, you know, sort of dark, hooded appearance and red eyes glowing from within the shadows of the hood.
This is fine.
I think now is a good time to run away.
Okay.
Since
So
I didn't bring my holy hand grenade.
okay, so go ahead and run.
Okay.
Take your movement back. You can feel it, like you look back over your shoulder maybe once or twice to see if it's there, and even though you don't see it, you do feel like it's following you.
Oh, I don't want to bring him back to my friend.
Yeah, we want to meet your new friend.
I
Good.
cannot move. I do not know why. It will not let me.
Okay, I will... It is doing that a little bit with me. I'm going to move you back to the K intersection.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it did that to me. I had to reboot and reload it.
But I am going to say that you know, as you look back up the tunnel, you can see it sort of... It's not even touching the ground. It doesn't really have feet. It's sort of... its shape sort of just turns to sort of black, almost like smoke or clouds, as it follows you, almost like a hound following, you know, sniffing for its quarry. And it's moving not really fast, but it's definitely coming this way.
Okay, well, I don't want to lead him back to my friend. And I don't want to go down another unexplored piece of tunnel.
Okay.
So, what am I going to do? I might as well. What do I have? Sorry.
You have limited options.
I do. I think I want to head back, like just a little ways this way. Now I can move. And, how can I...
Well, you can see Kira in the tunnel ahead.
Okay. So I sort of holler at Kira, like, heads up. There's a dark creature just behind me. Tell the others.
And you can't
Holler that over my shoulder.
Yeah, you can't see her, but you can hear her, right? You can hear Grenlead.
Yeah, and I just get my bow ready then.
Okay, so as you're looking down the tunnel, this thing rounds the corner.
Don't stand in the middle of the hallway, please.
Yeah, it's...
I don't like that.
No, it
Alright.
is not really fully there. It's sort of incorporeal. It's black. It's just black space that rounds the corner. We are going to roll some initiative here
Benedict?
because I'm sure some stuff is going to happen. So yeah, so it rounds the corner and starts moving towards you, Kira and Grenlead.
I'm gonna go check what's behind the doors while this is happening. Why not? I'm kidding.
Of course you are.
Yes, all of that. Yes. So, Kira, you're first. What would you like to do?
We're all set for a pincer attack at the end of the corridor.
You're set for the pincer attack. I know. You're ready to go.
And
Can
we
I-
got the boy as bait.
Grenlead, did you want to do something first? Go ahead.
I don't think it'll make a difference, but it might slow him down, so I'm just gonna slash at him with my sword. 'cause
Okay.
it's all I got.
Do it. You slash at him with your sword.
It's a good day to die.
Let's get in on this and we'll have a look.
A 3.
Oof.
I am rolling badly today. This
So
is
you
not-
slash out at this apparition, and the blade misses. The blade misses, and you are no longer invisible. Kira,
I'm just gonna like move over just a smidge so I don't accidentally hit Grenlead,
yep,
and then shoot that thing.
do it. Nice. Do you want to roll for your second?
Sure.
Nice. So
I think that second one misses, but
the first shot definitely hit. And the arrow strikes it for a moment, just like it hits something in that blackness, and then falls to the ground. Worm, you
gosh.
you can see it.
I'm going to come up here and lean around my friends
Yes.
and lightning bolt down the edge of the corridor.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Let's do that. So you cast lightning bolt and it explodes down the corridor at the creature. I have to make a spell save.
Sorry.
Nope. It has the number that it has to roll.
Okay.
Oh, and of course I didn't put it into its stat block. So just give me one moment here.
Yeah, I can't see anybody else's light source working. Like, she went down that tunnel. I should be... Well, I can't see it anyway. I don't have line of sight. That's what it's doing. Never mind.
You can still see the tunnel though, right? Like the tunnel that you're in. Okay, so it failed its saving throw. So your lightning bolt deals, I want to say 5d6 lightning.
I'm just looking to read that.
Yeah, I think it does 5d6 and then...
Each-
you're 6th
it's-
level, 66.
Yeah, 60.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary and I don't like it. $21 damage.
Nice, nice. So the lightning bolt is 40 feet long and 10 feet wide, or 5 feet wide and 80 feet long. So I assume we're doing the 5 feet wide so we can sneak it past our friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the lightning followed by a kaboom? Is there an earth-shattering kaboom?
So if the full length of the lightning bolt is not possible, which it is not, due to the interposition of a non-conducting barrier, such as a stone wall, which we have hit, the lightning bolt will double and rebound towards the caster.
Yeah, no, I would know that, right?
Well, yes, but no. Hold on a second. So if we do an 80-foot long lightning bolt, let's do that here. So 25 feet there when it hits the rock, but the rock is not necessarily smooth, so it's not necessarily coming right back at you. So we've used up 25 feet of the lightning bolt, and then I'm gonna roll on a
I did not do this. If I knew that, I was still reading the spell.
Do you want to not cast lightning bolt then? Okay.
No.
I thought we could have some fun with a ricocheting lightning bolt. It
No,
like bounce off down one of the hallways.
Never.
Just so you know,
would never.
if it ricochets right back, it would like hit the monster again for a second
But it
time.
would kill me if it was doing 21 damage.
Okay, maybe.
No, you'd know to duck.
No, it's like ballistas.
do
They will
duck.
get you even if you duck. They will get you.
Worm
Okay.
as a person would not risk
Okay.
her friend
Okay.
with something like that.
I'll let you take that back.
Yeah, thank
For
you.
the true first edition experience, I think you should just let it go. But that's okay.
No, Worm would not. Like,
Okay.
They wouldn't risk two of their friends possibly getting hit by this.
All right. So, what would you like to do instead of lightning bolt then?
Magic missile.
Okay.
The two charges.
2 charges. Okay. So 2d4 plus 2.
Oops, I put equals to.
If Worm had gone to the tower, she would have known that would have ricocheted.
That's right.
Yeah.
If she'd gone to the Tower of High Sorcery and learned her magics properly.
7.
Or had time to practice out in the open.
Good call out, Steve.
We've been a little busy.
Oh, now my roll 20 is
How
frozen.
did you know, Worm?
Well, it would have been in the book that I read it from.
Don't cast this at stone walls. It will rebound.
Yeah.
Can I just say one of the best things about playing first edition as a kid was we didn't think about that. We just shot it anyways. Or with the fireball spell in first edition, fireballs have blowback. Like if there's not enough room in the chamber to contain the fireball spell, it just starts rolling back down tunnels. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Okay.
Nope.
So we rolled. We got 2d4, which is 5 plus 2, 6, 7.
Yep.
Nice. Those definitely hit. Grinnick, what would you like to do? You're the next one in line. And then Worm dashes behind you.
I think. I don't know how bad this guy is. Can I see if he looks hurt or does he just look the same?
It's hard to tell.
You know what? Screw it. Just because I want to do it, I'm going to throw right where I'm at. I'm going to start my Glyph of Warding.
Oh my god, dude.
That we have escape route.
Okay. How long does it take to cast Glyph of Warding?
Well, for that little spot, only one turn, I think, or one round.
Okay. Hold on. I'm checking. I feel like that takes longer to cast, but let's take a look. I mean, I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. Glyph of Warding. Is that a 3rd level spell?
Yeah.
Oh, we're bringing out the big guns. Casting time special. Interesting. So for every square foot of area to be protected, 1 segment of time is required to trace the lines. There's 10 segments in a round, just so you know. A maximum of 5 by 5 area per caster level can be warded. Okay.
What does it do?
Well, I think we got time if he's going to be coming, so.
Yep, so the cleric must use incense to trace the line and then sprinkle the area with powdered diamonds if it exceeds... Oh, only if it exceeds 50 feet. It doesn't. Typical glyph shock for 2 points of electrical damage per level of the spellcaster. So this would be your 6th level cleric, right? It would be a 12 point.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a 12-point lightning burst. Okay, I like that. Okay, so you begin to draw that right here on the ground?
Yep. Right there.
Okay. And you can name...
We gonna mess up your circle when we run through it?
No, he can name, like, what the glyph... Like, he could say that the glyph protects against undead, so that only undead that cross it would be affected. Does that sound like a plan?
Yep. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
That means
My other secret will be out.
Hey, I beat you to it.
And we're going to put it in the corridor right here. Is that okay?
As long as it's
Yeah.
Also, what's
the block?
So he can't come out of that tunnel without taking
Right.
the glyph's blast. I like that. That's a great idea. Okay. So now it is... let's see. It's either Steve or Benedict. Whoever would like to go next.
If I'm going, I'm bringing Evan with me again. But Steve, you can go first if you want. Yeah.
I can? Thank you. That's good.
No problem.
Stupid. Well, my sister's down there, so I'm sure I'm going to do it. I don't know how many squares this is. How do I check distance? That's a dumb...
So if you go to the measuring tool on your left-hand side of the screen, snap to center, and then if you just drag, and I think if you right-click, you can then drop a point. So to get to your sister, is 20 feet, and then...
Can I get to the bad guy?
Yes, you can. It's 30 feet to the bad guy. It's saying.
Then let's do that. If I can move again, can you move me?
Yeah, you just have to move back to your clicker instead of your measuring tool. But there you are. Steve's there.
Ah! Okay. My whole thing is just barely excremental. Alright, I have this new sword with me, so I'm doing new Steve things.
New Steve things. I love it.
You didn't give me a new thing on my chart there.
On your attacks, I did. It won't be on your top sheet, but if you go into your character sheet, it's there.
Okay, I'm terribly sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
I'm going to.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Actually, don't use that button because it might not have your strength and everything added in. Just use your regular longsword button. I'll calculate off of that. I know what's going on here.
Well, that's good. At least one of us does.
I'll go in and knock.
Die, you foggy son of a bitch.
And that would be a natural 1, so that does not hit.
That did not work, yo.
No, it did not. No, it did not. Okay.
This isn't magic.
Benedict.
Is it safe to assume that Evan's going to move with me because that's what we're doing? I'm bringing him with me.
I'm with you, Benedict.
All right. Time to prove your worth, sir. So we're going to... Can't see where... Okay, come on. Get off the wall. There we go. I guess I'll kind of get back here.
You cannot move through it like that.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking 5th edition. So, I guess I can step through friendlies to attack and then step back?
If you have movement, yes. So technically you can't. What's it take for you to get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 where I have you right now, but you can't take that space because Grenlead's on it. So I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Sir Knight, but the tunnel is blocked by your friends.
Well, then I'm going to shoot my crossbow from behind Grenlead.
Oh my gosh, is that Knightly?
I'm attacking the bad guy.
Okay.
Trying to draw his attention to drag him toward the glyph when it's ready.
Okay.
So I would say.
Yeah. Evan sees the creature down there, and he does not follow you down the tunnel.
But then I turn and shoot Evan.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Do your thing. Oh my gosh, Rook has arrived. Okay, go ahead and shoot your crossbow, Knight.
There.
Yeah, that's a good hit. Your coral goes right through the creature and out the other side of it. does not appear to have any effect.
Okay, so magic weapons it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn my back to the creature, and I'm just glaring at Eben.
Tika comes around the corner and sees the creature and kind of sidesteps with Eben and is like, what is that? And Lorena and Gilfinus are like, man, it's getting clogged in this tunnel. But Lorena will definitely step up with Kira and shoot her bow.
This would be a clusterfuck of a fight. It'd be arrows flying around and an amorphous bad guy. This is horrible.
So
Fighting in a hallway.
Lorena's arrows pass right through the creature without any effect. The creature will then get its turn, and it's either going to attack. Grenlead or Steve. Let's just do that. Let's say Steve, you are even numbers, and Grenlead is odd numbers. Apparently, we're attacking Grenlead. So it reaches out a sort of an unholy hand and tries to touch you, Grenlead.
Consent, please.
Yeah. So Grenlead, your armor class is 4, and it has a THAC of 15, so it needed 11. So Grenlead, it does 5 damage to you.
Okay.
And then, are you a 5th level fighter or a 6th level fighter?
6, yes.
You're a 6th?
6.
Yeah, you're now a 5th. You lose a whole level.
Oh shit.
So we will make. I'm gonna make some very quick adjustments on your character sheet.
What did that look like?
As it touches Grenlead, she lets out a bit of a gasp, and you just see like little tendrils of life energy pull out of her body and into the creature.
Okay, good to know.
We're gonna say that when you rolled hit points to go up a level, that you rolled 6, because that sounds fair. So that takes your max down to 34, and takes this down to 29. If you had any abilities based on your level, they would drop as well. Your THAC goes up. And
Yeah, just in case everyone wasn't quite sure, AD&D something.
Yeah.
So the Wraith drains an experience level off of Grenlead. And
Good to see Rook jump in after the Wraith is dead. Thanks.
Now we're gonna roll initiative. And it's gonna go first again. This time it's gonna attack Steve. Dun dun dun. Aren't Wraiths fun?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
13. Steve's armor class is 1. The Wraith's THAC is 15, so it needed a 14. It missed by 1.
The ethereal fingers scrape through my shield.
Yes. And Steve, what do you want to do?
Steve, use your new sword.
Run away! Run away!
Use my new sword?
Run away!
New one.
Run away!
That's all I'm using, but I think the better part of valor here would be
Run away!
fucking off. So, seeing how I'm Steve,
How's that glyph coming along?
I'm leaving, and so's Grenlead.
Are you going to attack it?
No, we're leaving. Did I stutter? We are fucking leaving. Come on. I'm gonna grab her.
Are you
I'm gonna run.
So no defensive retreat, just run.
Not a big defense.
Okay.
That's not cool.
It's going
to suck her life out.
It's going to take an attack of opportunity on Steve as you leave. Does not hit. So go ahead and take your movement, and I'll move Grenlead after you. Assuming Grenlead doesn't fight being picked up and carried by Steve.
No, I wouldn't mind getting out of here.
Yeah, so we're going to go like right to there, I believe it. So we'll go back to my arrow. I think I'm doing this right now. We're going here, and I'm going to shoulder check the asshole on the way by with our combined 300 pounds of mass.
Okay. Evan gets hit hard against the rock, and Tika like looks at you. Her eyes bright. There is a cold sweat running down her face, and she's like, "What is that thing?"
It's not nice, but don't do it. Benedict will kill it.
Benedict, you're up.
How much time do you need to get that glyph of protection or whatever it is?
It's done. It's done.
Oh, I thought it was like 10 turns or something.
No.
Okay.
No, because he only had to protect that one little 5x5, so he can get that done in no time.
Well, we need to get this hallway clear. I need to buy time for the team. It seems like I need to...
This is the blade that you are to throw yourself upon, dear knight.
This is my moment.
Do it. Do it.
Do it out here.
Oh, Benedict, you miss. Second attack this turn. Oh,
no! Just like my father before me.
Kira, Benedict charges in against the unholy terror, swinging his blade at the wraith, but not hitting.
Yeah, that tracks. Did my bow do damage last time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm just gonna shoot it.
I believe you have a +1 longbow, do you not?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Knew I should have parried. Damn it.
Keep firing, asshole. Oh no, Kira does not have a magic longbow, so maybe it didn't do any damage.
I thought I did, but oh well. Whatever. Okay, well, seeing that I'm not doing anything to it, I'm just gonna, like, back up.
Okay. Back up, Kira.
I'm gonna grab...
Lorana?
Lorana and just kind of, like...
She, like, fights you. She's like, you can't leave the night!
Yeah, we can.
I'm holding here until you clear the hallway. Then I'm coming back.
As you say, yes, we can, like, she goes to draw her sword. She's going to join Benedict in the front line.
I really try to get a hold of her and just pull.
Okay, I'm going to let you pull her.
I have a feeling I'm stronger than she is.
Which way did you go?
Left.
To the left, to the left. Like this way? Are you under someone here?
No.
Why can I not see your character? Yes, you are under. You're under Steve.
Oh.
Okay.
My bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's not a good place to be. Dangerous.
Worm? I think the knight would be willing to eat a lightning bolt if you want to go for the ricochet.
100%. Do it. Do it. Shoot that lightning bolt, Gilfinus.
Gilfinus.
It'll be fine.
I look at Worm and go, go ahead.
Okay.
Do you want to squeak the lightning bolt over his shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah? This will be awesome. Do it! I feel like I'm the emperor. Do it! Do it!
Use your power.
Use your power!
Skywalker.
Okay, well, the lightning bolt flies, and hits the wraith. Let's see if it makes its saving throw this time around. It did not. So it's going to take 17. Hold on a sec. Put yourself back there. I need you for measuring purposes.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's not the first time I've heard that.
I wish you didn't say that. Okay, so hold that there. There we go. So it streaks down and it hits this corner. So I'm going to give you on a 1 or a 2, it sort of takes a 45 degree to the left. On a 3 or 4, it comes straight back, and on a 5 or 6, it takes a 45 degree to the right. Roll a d6 for us.
3 to 4.
3!
Yeah!
Oh boy. Okay.
So it comes back through the wraith.
Yeah. It comes all the way back to Worm, maybe. Worm, give me a saving throw. Versus spell.
Oh.
Doesn't Benedict need one too?
5.
Can I soak it for my squire?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to do that?
100%.
No.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so here's what happens. The lightning bolt goes through the wraith. Bazap. It hits the wall. There is a crack, and the lightning bolt ricochets right back. And as it goes back through the wraith, you see its form obliterated in the second stroke of lightning as it comes through. But you know that
my arms, and for the Grey Mantle family.
You step in front of that lightning bolt. You don't get a saving throw. Then you take all 17 damage from the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Your armor arcs. Lightning all out against the wall. You fall down. Your mustache is smoking. The wraith is dead.
Then I get back up.
And that's where
Dust myself off.
That's where we're gonna end tonight. With the wraith dead. And Sir Benedict with smoking mustaches. I love it.
Destiny has been fulfilled.
Oh, that was great. Grenlead, I'll make the appropriate changes for your level drain. So here's the thing: in level drains in first edition, you actually lost a level, and there were some creatures that drained two levels. It was not nice. We've got lots of great stuff coming this week over on the Voctaire, as well as my channel. But for now, toodaloo. Look, I can't help it if my raids go wrong. It says I'm on Master of Rem. It says GM Jeremy raids with the party 7.
I can see it too.
You haven't shut down stream OBS.
So?
We're still live.
Yeah.
I'm just
I think we rated them just as they rated somebody else, because it looks like they rated somebody called Vorpal Tales. So.
Oh my.
Yes.
Yeah, Master Room is flipping Vorpal Tales.
But your OBS is still running.
So what does that mean?
It means you need to turn the stream off.
No, I'm happy here.
Okay. So how's everyone doing?
Good.
Is it really? Is it really still us over
Yes,
here?
it's still really
Now that
up.
we're offline and we're not live, I've got a really.
I feel like you're fucking. I feel like you're fucking with
Why
me.
not?
I feel
No,
like
it's really still there.
God, that was great.
Oh well.
Don't tell us your password.
Okay. There we go. I'm gonna. Goodbye, everybody.